Hi guys, how are we doing? No work on the race car today, just a quick how-to video on how to change the thermostat housing on your st150. This is sort of, I wouldn't quite call it a daily, but it's sort of a bit of a toy, and if I want to have a play I'll get this out and go for a bit of a blast. Yeah, so it's just started to leak the other day. I was going to take it to Wales to go to a funeral, and long story, but I noticed it had a water leak, so I was like, shit, I can't take that really. So had a quick look. You can see where the water's running down the block. It can be easily diagnosed as a water pump. The water pump on this has already been done, and the trajectory of the leak is slightly different. So what we'll do is, when it's up in the air, I will show you whereabouts it's leaking, and then you can see how to do it. I'm not going to film me doing the work, because much like the one on changing the water pump, you're not really going to be able to see much of me other than my back. So what we'll do is we'll cut in and out as and when there's important bits for you to see. It's the same as the water pump as well. We've got an engine on the floor, so I can show you. Let me get that glare out from here. Oh, there's glare everywhere in here today. Yeah, we'll cut in and out, show you where the thermostat housing sits on the engine, and yeah, we'll just come in and out and show you as we go and where I think you need the help. But right, back in a sec. So guys, first issue you're going to have with these is the thermostat housing is like buried in this corner. So what I always like to do is I like to start by taking the headlights out. So there'll be 3 torx drive bits, one there, and then one behind here. Pull this grill forwards and you'll be able to get to it. It is tucked down in that corner, so we'll pull that out and show you how the access looks after that. Right, now the headlight's out, you can sort of see through there. It's going to be a bit of a juggle trying to hold torches and point stuff, so well, that's really not going to help. This is one of our pipes for it, and the clip for it is tucked up in here, and then the other one is down the bottom there, and you can just see my finger pointing at the clip now. From here you can only see one of the bolts for it, which is tucked down the side, but it's going to be a bit of a pain trying to get there. I'm trying to get the camera in there to see it. But yeah, you can sort of see where we're working with now. What we'll do first is we'll get those 2 pipes off, and then we'll see what we can see from there. So you can see in there now that the pipes are off. It's still not particularly clear. So this is one of those jobs where you have to be able to work and see with your hands. Once you've got the other part in front of you, it does make it easier. So you can see the new part here. So you know it's sitting in the engine like that. So you can see that top bolt here, and you can sort of just about see the top bolt here. But the bottom bolt down there, you're really going to have to get your hand in there and have a quick feel. So you can see now that the pipes are off. See the 2 ends of the thermostat housing now. Still not really much access to the bolts. I'm just trying to get an angle. There you go. You can see one of the bolts up there. Up there. The other 2 are hidden though. If I just go to the bench, I'll show you the new one. So this is the new part here. You'll see the mess. I will say actually, if you've got the equipment, which is one of these here, I would use it, and I would suck the water out of the expansion tank just to try and save the mess. I'd also say to do it cold too. Right, let's get that the right way around. Right, so this is how it sits in the engine. So what we can see is this bolt up here. These 2 bolts there are hidden. So it's one of those jobs where you really need to be able to see with your hands, if that makes sense. It's a bit of a phrase in the motor trade, because you can't see, you've got to work by feel quite a lot. There is access there and you can get to them. What I'll do is I'll pause this quickly and I'll grab the tools that you'll need, so you can see what sort of extensions you're going to use. So all I've had to use to uncrack them is a 8mm socket, shallow, that's a snap-on one, a quarter drive extension and a quarter drive ratchet. You can get onto all three of the bolts with this here. While we're talking about tools, the other tool that I'd recommend having for this job is one of these. It's a spring compressor, or a circlip, or no, hose clip compressor. So if you see the two like little teeth there, it might focus, there we go. Those two teeth there, they grab hold of the hose, and you squeeze these pliers and it squashes it up, because if it's still got the standard clips on it, it runs these clips here. They are a real pain in the arse to work with, so that tool is highly recommended, especially when you're working in real fiddly like locations like you are in this job. Right, what I'll do is I'll go over to the other engine that we've got that's sat in the corner, and I'll show you it fully bolted up. So this engine really is stuck in the corner. It's just behind my my rallycross car. A bit zoomed in there. What I'll do is I'll just tip it over so we can get in there and we can see what's going on. So from here you can see how it sits. So from in the car you can see this bolt here, but these are the other two that are tucked out the way. So in relation to the intake manifold, hopefully that gives you a bit of a better idea of where it's sitting and how it sits and how you're going to get to your bolts. So here we are on the bench now, the old and the new. If I turn this round for you, you can see, where is it? There it is. There, that's where it had been leaking. You can see the antifreeze staining on it. So yeah, that was our problem. Just this little O-ring. On the new one you can see see the rubber built in there, or fitted in there. When you go to replace yours, just make sure that is there, otherwise you'll be redoing it. So yeah, right, let's chuck this back on then and we'll get it going. Right, that's it, back in its hole. So all we've got to do now is fill it up with antifreeze mix, and then we can fire it up and check it for leaks. Right then guys, that's that all done now. It's just running up, just making sure there's no airlocks or anything in the system. Yeah, just want to get it run up so till the level settles, and then put your expansion cap on, and then yeah, run it up to temperature, make sure the fan comes in and out and stuff. Yeah, then you know she's all good to go. Hopefully that's not been too bad of a job for you. Hopefully you've not had any problems, and hopefully the video's helped. If you do have any problems or any questions before you start, feel free to give us a shout. We are on Instagram as well as Stitch Motorsport, so yeah, go give us a follow, give us a like. We're always doing something on there. Yeah, so yeah, I hope that's been helpful, and I will see you soon. Take it easy.